Have everyone. I think we're just missing like one or two people, and hopefully they can walk through the door. So, for those of you who haven't been to one of our events before, I know a bunch of people are regulars, so it's pretty much the same deal as Lionsgate last year. But as you can see, it's a much different location. We got the one building. We're going to spread you guys out as much as possible. So basically, the way it's going to work is basically, I'm sure you're all familiar with how it works on Ghost Hunters. That's basically what we're doing tonight. We're going to investigate, pretty much, we're going to do our normal thing, but what we want from you guys is participation. You know, you guys are here to investigate. So, you know, don't just sit there and watch us. We're going to, you know, I'm going to have a teammate in each area of the location, and they're going to help you guys get started, but then it's up to you guys. So you guys do what you know, investigate how you want, and you ask whatever questions you want. EVP sessions work great in this place. We were going to actually try to start earlier and play some audio clips for you guys, but I'm going to get those up on the website eventually. So I don't want to cut into your investigation time. So we're going till midnight, and then from there, you know, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to break into 5 groups, and from there, we're going to break into the different areas. The main areas that we're going to break into, and it's going to sound a little crowded at first, but believe me, this will work. The stage area is the first one. So basically behind the curtain, you'll see when we open it up, you will see that there's a bunch back here. There's some dressing rooms in the back to check out. There's a whole side area over here that comes out through that doorway. So basically, whoever's on stage, you get to investigate that area, and the back area there, and the whole stage area. Then there's going to be a lower audience group. Okay? So you're going to be investigating at the same time. You're going to be near other groups. Okay? So the key to working in big groups is to keep your voice down. Don't talk too, you know, try not to. Normally what we say is talk in a normal voice. You don't want to whisper. That's bad, because audio recorders will pick up a whisper and it will sound like, you know, a ghost is there for you. But you know, when you're investigating, just talk in a low voice. Don't do a whisper. Just keep it at a low voice and that'll be good. So the second area is going to be this audience area. What we have in this whole audience area is open to you along the same thing along the back. Okay? Just don't go through any doorways that lead up when you're in this area. Just try to stay here. That's Mary Elitch's booth right there, where her picture is. There have been sightings of her. She's been known to manifest in smells, the smell of roses and perfume. And they've actually, talking with David, who was on board for Elitch, he thinks he's actually seen her. So she does make appearances. So hopefully, she hasn't for us so far, the 3 times we've done official investigations here. But hopefully she'll show tonight. It'll be very cool. The other area, which is very cool, we have not investigated this area yet. It wasn't open to us yet. Through that doorway, okay, like I said, I'm going to have people showing you guys around, so don't think I'm just going to sort of push you into a dark corner. In this theater, no matter where you are, watch your footing. If you got a flashlight, keep it pointed down and watch where you're walking. That's extremely important here. This place is under renovation, especially if you're in the side area over here on the side of the stage. There are areas of floor that don't exist, so you want to be careful. But through that doorway, there are dressing rooms behind this wall, and there's a straight walkway. It actually comes out right here. So there's actually a doorway right here. So whoever's investigating the audience area, you can go through that door and check out those side areas. I was just told by David that those side dressing rooms have not been opened. They just opened them, and they have not been opened since the 50s. Whoa. So, yeah, prime. That's awesome. Let me in there. Same thing with, like I was saying, the stage. You've got this whole area. Through there, there's a back door all the way through there. There's actually 2 levels back there where there are dressing rooms. It's tight. So you want to watch where you're walking, watch for stuff. There's a lot of cool pictures back there. Very cool. So this is the first area. Second area is this audience. Third area is the balcony and the rear balcony area. Now I'm going to tell you that is a hot spot. Okay? So, I mean, we've gotten stuff all over. I mean, we've got stuff on the stage, in the audience, we've got stuff everywhere. But hotspot is this balcony area. It is going to be dark. We're going to be turning off all the lights, so if you've got a flashlight, make sure you use it. When you're in the upper balcony area, you can basically spread out. There's the whole balcony area. Then there's an area behind that you can walk along. Check out that back area too, because it's really, that's where we see a lot of shadows up there walking around. If you are up in that balcony area, don't necessarily sit in the seats. Sit in the aisle. If something happens, you'll thank me later. Actually sit in the aisle and wait and see if something happens. There have been instances where stuff happens. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but hopefully someone will find out. It's a lot of fun. So you got the whole back area. Then we got two floors of, this is the tight area, okay? So we got these 3 areas, then there's 2 areas off to this side. And you get to them by going up to the balcony and hooking around the back. That's the part where I said when I first emailed you guys, I said there's one area that's hard to get to. Well, the lower dressing room area is another hot spot, and that's difficult to get to, but we'll get you there. So again, you want to watch your footing, watch where you're stepping. The other very cool thing, so basically there's an upper dressing room area and a lower dressing room area. So those are going to be 2 separate areas that you're going to be investigating. When you're in those areas, you basically want to find a spot, sit down, and investigate that way. You don't want to move around a whole lot because you're going to be right on top of each other. And if people are walking around in the upper area, the lower area, you're just going to hear huge footsteps. Sound really travels crazy in this place. When you're up in those, if you're in the upper dressing room or the lower dressing room areas, take a second and look at the walls. Okay? There are the actors who actually did performances here. They used to just sign the walls, and they put signatures. And the really cool ones are the ones where they sign it. It's like 03. That's not 2003. That's 1903. So it's very cool to see some of the signatures and what the actors wrote. There is one dressing room that's in the lower dressing room area over there that it's got for lack of a better term, it's a racist drawing on the wall. So don't freak out about it. There's nothing we can do. It's been there for a very long time. You'll know when you see it. But that room that has that on the wall, hot spot. So you want to check when you're in those areas. You want to, especially the lower dressing room area, you want to spread out. Because the rooms are really small. When you see them, you're going to be like, okay, I feel. If anybody's claustrophobic, let me know ahead of time, okay? Because those rooms are pretty tight. But they're a lot of fun to investigate. And also on the stage, we have a couple cameras set up that they're going to be basically filming this area. So when you're doing the stage investigation part, you can go over and check in with Connor, and he'll be over there. He'll be around here, or someone will be next to the DVR, and you can actually see what it looks like when we investigate, when we set up cameras like this. Audio is huge in this place. So basically, basic rules of investigating that some of you already know. If you bump into something, people are going to be recording with audio recorders. If you kick something, you bump something, you make any sort of noise, just say, that was me. That's all you got to say. It saves people from listening to the audio later and going, oh, I hear something, and then it gets explained right then and there. It just makes life easier for everyone. As embarrassing as it is, bodily noises. We all do them. It happens. If you let one rip, say it. Okay, own up to it, seriously. That was me. You would not believe how a fart sounds on audio recordings. It sounds like the devil himself has come down. I'm the fart guy. There he is. So when you're on the stage, watch out for cables, obviously. There's just a lot of stuff up here, so you really want to watch your step. There are areas of the floor that feel a little spongy, so just really, I can't stress enough that you really want to watch your step when you're walking around. Did I forget anything?
I wasn't listening, so
Alex?
Thinking about something?
Oh yeah, no running. If you don't feel right in a location, tell one of us. Okay, we'll get you out of there.
You can attest that you do not feel right in this place.
You can. I don't usually feel stuff. Dressing rooms over there during one investigation, I was depressed, for lack of a better term. I mean, I was in a great mood the entire night. I got into that dressing room and I'm like, okay. And I mean, my mood just dropped and I became very sad. That's all I can describe it as. So I basically had to leave. I went up to the balcony and I felt fine. So
Oreos for like a half hour.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong if you feel that way. Don't be embarrassed because we've all felt like that. Just let one of us know. And
It can be a side effect of the paranormal. I mean, that's one, it can make your mood change. So, yeah, so basically if you're not feeling right about an area you're in and you would like to leave, don't run, let us know, we'll get you out. We'll move you to a different area. Be vocal. If anything does happen, say something. Let the other people in your group know so you guys can concentrate on it. If you're all concentrating on it at the same time, then you can focus on it and hopefully get some activity out of it.
Is that newer back there? Is there, from there to the wall, is that like newer than this?
No, it's pretty, I forget, Zach might know the actual dates on the fly building.
This was about 1953, 55-ish.
Is when they put the fly building in.
This was done by Helen Bonfils.
So this whole back area here, basically from here back, right?
Right here back, this whole wooden stage back here is about 50 by 50. So we have 25-foot wings on both sides. There's nothing quite like this here, in Colorado.
Okay, so, does anybody have any questions before we break up into groups?
So who else besides Mary and Elitch do they think might be?
There's, it's all speculation at this point. There's a couple, there's one report of an usher, possibly here. I mean, so many actors have come through this place, There's gotta be actors here, so. But Mary is the most popular one for obvious reasons. And yeah, you want to concentrate on that booth when you're down here. That's a good place to focus on. And also the back area now that it's available is awesome. So, anybody else have any?
What about putting stuff that we want to carry with us?
Find a spot that you remember, as long as it's out of the way and no one's going to trip over it. There's some tables set back here, but you may forget to put it somewhere. Just find a good spot that's out of the way. It should be good. And how's that? Everyone good?
Is there a bathroom?
We're going to work on the bathroom situation because we're going to have to let people out and then back in.
That's right, they can go through the front door. Go through the front door if you need to go to the bathroom. We'll have someone at the front door to let you back in.
Yeah, Zach's going to be working sort of security outside, walking around and sort of keeping an eye on things. So he's the one you want to see. If you do need to use the restroom, go straight out the back doors and the restroom, the portalet's over on the side. And then Zach will let you back in.
If you don't like the portal, we also have 24-hour fitness, Starbucks, and a few of the other restaurants and places that will allow you to go to their bathroom.
Yeah, there's a, if anybody needs to do a smoke break or something like that, there's a gated area. There's a doorway right over here. There's a big green exit sign. You can't miss it. Just walk out that door, but prop it open slightly so you don't get locked out. But it's a gated area so that it's secure. But you can step out if you need to have a cigarette or something like that. Okay, I think that is about it. So, I've already broken you guys into groups, and I kind of did it by numbers, but if you guys purchased a group of 4 tickets, I put you guys together, so don't worry about that. I think I got everybody pretty well straightened out. So, what I'm thinking, guys, team members, come on out here, guys. They need everybody they need to see you too, so they know who to look for. Ask questions. Otherwise, they're going to be bugging me all night. So basically, everyone here is part of the team, part of ParaFBI, and you can ask us anything. If you've got a question about anything. So basically, we're all going to be working areas. So who wants to work the lower dressing room area first? Okay, Connor does. So Connor is going to take Group A, and Group A is the Lammers clan and Karen. Yes. So you 4 are going to go with Connor. Connor's going to meet you right over there and take you up. And then down the ladder of craziness. Yes. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to move locations every hour. So you're going to get to be in every location. Cell phones are off, or put them on airplane mode or something like that. They can actually interfere with audio recorders. Okay, Group B is Lauren Wilson, you're 4, and Kelly Burke, you're 2. And you guys can go to the upper dressing room here. Who wants to do the upper dressing room? You want to do the upper one? Okay, so you're going to be right above. Basically, it's going to be fun spots. Okay, so Alex will meet you right over there. So that should be 6 of you. Did I get that right? Yes. Okay, Group C is going to be up on the balcony. Sarah wants the balcony, so Kim Gorsick, you're 4, and Laura Kirby, you're 2.
Oh, Corsic, you're due.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna head to the balcony. So you're gonna want to meet Sarah right over there as well.
I don't say I have
You gotta cover this area. This should be okay.
Just to see everything.
I didn't know you guys were together. I'm sorry. Okay, so now Group D is Steve Gray, Dusty Page, Joel Joyce. Make sure I get this right. Carrie Sibbert, Mary Young, and Lisa Best. You guys are D. And you guys are going to do, so you guys are going to be out here. You guys are going to be in this area. And then everyone else should be allotted. It should be Misty White, Palacino, Jamie Wynn, and Cindy. All the rest of you should be up on stage. Did I get everybody? Did I miss anyone? You on stage? Okay. Did you go check out those rooms? Okay. And then they can also do this little area. You can do this over here. Have you been in the back area yet? Okay. It's already starting. If you want to grab one. You are in. Yeah, you're right here, right? Yeah. No, that's you basically got the whole back, this whole area, the booth, and the whole back area back there. So you basically you guys can spread out in this area, and Kara's going to be in this area with you guys, and she should be coming right out. There's no other way up the stage. So everybody who is coming up onto the stage, you want to go through that door and hang a right.
Jamie and Michael, bye.
Little ridges, yeah. Watch these little ridges.
What's that?
Hi guys.
Okay. Just come on in. You guys are going to be with Wyatt.
Hi guys.
Hey.
How you doing? From Wyatt.
Come on through.
No whispering. Oh, sorry.
No worries. You guys can whisper.
I was hearing it.
sure. There's no floor in those rooms, so
Yeah,
watch
we
your
know.
step. Don't want anybody getting hurt. Hey, you guys want to come in here? This is the coolest place. They just opened this up, and I'm so excited. Cool. The light. Does it unplug all these lights too?
Yes.
It's all one screen. Cool. Alright guys, I guess we can start in here. If anybody wants to come back here and be daring, you guys can go sit in the dressing room. That's where I'm going to put the audio recorder. And once we find a safe place to like, sit down or get situated, he's going to turn off the lights for us.
Crazy. Can you go back here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight squeeze there. Broken mirror.
Oh, this is
Alright. I'm going to set the audio recorder right here. Audio, you're in the upper stage dressing rooms.
good news. This has really been shut down since the 50s?
There's another one back there.
It's like a washroom.
What's that?
Okay, so anybody else needs to come in.
Yeah.
Do you like all of these houses all around your gorgeous theater?
I just got a very clear whispery no.
How weird, I'm like, yeah, I just,
Out in
like,
that,
that's a no.
that bigger room back there.
As she said that, I heard a very clear no.
I don't blame you, I bet it feels like they don't respect your space here or the art that you do.
That's feel like there's too many people backstage and in your dressing room. Do you like people back there? If it's a no, can you please knock on one of the walls?
That was weird. Have a lot of interference on this all of a sudden.
That was the motion detector again?
Mm-hmm. Once again, I want to meet you. Can you come shake my hand? And whisper your name in my ear?
What was your most favorite performance you ever did on stage?
With all the talking upstairs, that's totally
Yeah,
pointless.
they're supposed to be quiet up there. I don't know what Connor's doing. Connor and Carl, if you guys get the pleasure to meet those two tonight, you'll have fun. Carl, he's a silent guy. He's actually written 2 books. He's an author. And he's actually premiered on Ghost Hunters Academy and Ghost Hunters International. He's been on 2 TV shows, so he's kind of famous in this world. Or in this, like, profession, whatever you want to call it. He's the red-headed guy with the red beard. Are you still here?
There's
You're still-
another hallway stage left, right?
Yeah. If you're still here, I think it'd be funny if you go up into the dressing room and pull Carl's hair. But we've got to hear him for us to know that you did it.
Let's go that way. this store?
He shined some light here. It's kind of surprising.
I thought there was another.
Something happened over there? Oh. Oh my goodness.
Alright. Sorry, 1 second. Oh yeah. We're going in there. Watch out, be a little more quiet in there. Can you get that light? Yes, that's my light.
You kidding me? Is anybody down there that you see?
I don't see anybody. Watch out, babe.
Yeah.
Here, turn off that big bright light. Is Cindy behind us or no? She kept going out. Huh?
Yeah, I heard that clean as day.
I thought it was just her.
I thought it was her too.
Oh wow, I think I just heard a weird whisper.
There's probably people in the audience, so.
It sounded really like close and loud.
Okay. This just moved right in front of me.
Really?
Yeah, it was like this. That's weird. Why don't you follow us out to our area? That had funhouse effect in here though, because like the floor is all
Yeah, it's
slanted.
kind of slanted to one side.
Yeah. Hopefully Kara takes you guys in here though.
Alright, go out. They were not the format to be still around.
phone.
There's huge nails right there in that board. Nice big nail sticking out that board.
It's always good. It's always comfy.
That's right down there.
Step past you, sir. Thank you.
Look at this old curtain rod.
Just watch your step in there.
Yeah. I think it's like a curtain rod. Yeah, it's a curtain rod. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interference or something. Are you picking up stuff really well there or no?
Mm-hmm.
You can lighten it up too on editing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why this one's still boarded up.
There's one way to
Come
there's a way to find out.
All right, come here.
What? No, not take out the board. There's a hole over there.
Oh, I'm not crawling through there. Come look at this.
Stick your camera through. What's there?
Can you see the etching in the wood?
Huh.
And then there's one. That looks like it could be newer. This looks old. It's been painted over and it's one of those old-fashioned barn door kind of styles.
Hey Bill, do you want to go to the upper dressing room? You want to work in there for? Alex is going to go down.
I'm gonna go on the stage with Wyatt.
You're gonna go on
That's
stage.
what you want there.
So we were from down below.
You guys were going down.
They warmed your legs up. Oh, we still got. Last but not least.
Well, just Carl. Who cares?
Oh. Why do you hate me so much?
Connor's gonna come up too. Yeah, it is the year 2022. Yeah.
It's cool. It's a fun course. So.
You know better one?
Yeah, we've had a few results.
Cool.
They don't like Carl.
So he got it. Yeah. Go for it.
And we're going over there.
Just go straight back, Phil. Okay. Oh, we're good. We're not going anywhere. Is there anyone else down there? Do you guys know? I'm going down there. No one's down there yet. Who are you? I don't know. I timed one last time.
Okay, so you guys tell me where you've been so far.
Stage
Okay,
and audience.
cool. Well, you're about to be getting to the fun stuff. You start moving this way, and then you start going down into the lower dressing rooms, which are some of my favorite areas. Up here is really where we've had some of our most successful EVPs, though. Audio phenomena seems to be fairly prevalent in this area. In the spot where we're standing, right about right here, there was a full-bodied apparition spotted of a woman in a white dress. Fairly recently, I think it was like 6 months ago or something like that. In addition, the booth up here has some weird shadows and things every now and then. And what we're going to be listening for is hopefully some audio phenomena that happens because David is sort of spurring up the energy. We asked him to come here and play the piano because we've gotten a lot of really good results with him playing the piano. So hopefully he'll keep playing for the next 20 minutes or so, and then we'll start running some different equipment and everything like that after there. My name is Connor, for those of you who don't know. I am the tech manager for Para FPI. This is Carl. Introduce yourself if you want.
I help FPI. I consult with them on a couple of cases and stuff. As Connor's been saying all night, I've got a bit of a paranormal pedigree. I was on the first season of Ghost Hunters Academy, and I won it with another girl named Susan. And she got 2 more years on JHI, and I got an episode. So I joke I won a sweet T-shirt out of the field.
You were on TV for a while, though, if you take another season.
7 episodes.
Cool. Good time.
Yeah, it was neat. And I work with Connor at the Stanley Hotel now. We lead the ghost hunts up there on the weekends. So, yeah, so been doing this for a little while now between the two of us.
Yeah.
And this is my first night here at the theater, so it's been fun.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. The weird thing about the balcony is that unlike the dressing rooms you guys are about to head, it's difficult to have everybody just congregating in one area. There's a lot of widespread places we can go, so if you guys do want to wander, you're welcome to do that. I would just recommend to try to minimize all the sound contamination if you can. What Carl and I will be doing, we'll probably be running a few EVP sessions. I have a radio device that I'm going to get going, and I'm going to sit back here and use it. And then we'll also take some of our EMF detectors and different sensors and try to get some readings. We just got up here, so this is sort of new to us as well. And we will be here for about 45 minutes, and then you guys are going to switch again. So, any questions? Doing all right?
About this back part of the balcony's kind of got that weird creepy vibe to it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's nice.
It certainly does. Yeah. That's the thing. So what we might want to do, honestly, is just sort of take a seat along this back hallway here and try a couple EVP sessions because there has been that apparition spotted. So we can see. What I would recommend if you guys didn't do this already is sit in the aisle. If you guys do head into the main area, we've had some people get their shoulders tapped on and things like that if they're sitting in the aisle in the way of the seats. And then also, what I did up here one time is I said, you know, can you please show me my seat? Show me to my seat, tell me where it is. And distinct taps on the wood of the chair I was standing over in this area came from way over there. It's like, tunk, tunk. So that was cool. So I went over and sat by myself. That was okay.
I was okay.
I was like, of course, on the other side.
But you would never haunted seat.
Right.
We never heard from Connor again.
But yeah, so we might want to try that as well. For right now, let's kind of wander for the next 5 minutes or so. Get you guys, get your bearings straight in this area. and then let's meet back in this hallway, and we'll all kind of take a seat and try to run some devices. Okay? Break. Get batteries.
Chilly here. I got it with the winter home.
The idea being that spirit voices are just beyond the realm of our perception in the radio waves. So what we're listening for is multiple syllables across multiple frequencies there. If we catch somebody saying more than a 2 or 3 word syllable, then that's considered possibly some impressive activity there.
At least one of them was a big battery. That looks better. I don't know what was wrong with it.
Come over and take a seat if you want. We're trying a session with this device here. Volume's turned all the way down.
What was here right now? Can't figure out.
Alright, so my name's Connor. This is Carl. This is Wyatt. These are some of our guests. We realize that it's unusual to sit in this area. So if you're here, and you'd maybe like to tell us to move to a different area, or tell us that you'd prefer that we sit somewhere else, please feel free to do so. Feel free to reach out to us. We have flashlights running up above here. You can approach one of those flashlights and turn them on. You can speak through this device. What's that?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Right now, if you want to speak through this device, it might be a little bit tricky, but the best thing you can do for us is to make it very loud and clear, and if you can, try to say as much as you can into a whole sentence. Because we're getting all the radio stations through it. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And we want to make sure that it's you.
There's a female spirit who's been seen in this area. You know who that is. What is her name? That's kind of a strange word. Did you say hello, nice and loud? Do you like the music? the name of the man who's playing the music? Do you want the music to stop? I didn't turn it off. It's being faulty. Alright, well, I'll try this again in a little bit.
Great way to communicate is through those flashlights that are up on the entrance to the booth. There's 3 of them set up there. You're welcome to light those up. It's a good way to talk with you. And in our experience, it seems like it's an easier way to come through and communicate with us. Might take the least amount of energy from you. We are in kind of an enclosed space right here, so you're welcome to knock on the wall too, like this. You would hear that very clearly. You could touch any of us to say hello as well.
If you'd like us to get out of this area and move over to our seats, if you could close this door up above me or move it around, it would be our signal. It's been a very long time since people sat down here. But you don't have to be shy.
Being disrespectful by sitting back here and talking instead of being in our seats and watching the performance. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick because see if there's any napkins by the coffee because I gotta clean up my nose. I'll be right back.
Okay. We won't be sitting in this area for too long.
Don't want to set that off.
What is it, the corner door that keeps lighting up?
He's got a video camera.
Oh no, down a little bit further?
Oh, that's a vibration sensor.
Vibration sensor, okay.
So if we hear footsteps or if we see those go off on their own,
I see, okay.
Missing happen card.
down in the dressing rooms, yeah, we had a couple of results. We had a couple of flashlight responses.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Well, the motion detector has been going off. Oh yeah, it went off 3 times up in that upper dressing room.
Motion sensor.
And then the audio recorder died 3 times.
Okay. Huh. Battery drain seems to be the name of the game in this place. I'm not sure why.
That's an expensive game.
Yeah.
Yeah, my battery's draining, but I brought more.
It's good. Alright, so I want to try something right now called a burst session. When you review audio, there's 3 different ways you could do it. The first way is to leave an audio recorder running all night, then you go back and you listen. You could plug your earplugs in and listen in real time to the recording. Or you could do what we'll try right now. We'll just try recording for like 2 minutes. We'll ask a few questions, and then we'll immediately play it back and listen right after that. The contamination between the cars and the airplanes. This building's not very well insulated. Should also explain why it's 50 degrees.
Yeah. Jeez, going hard.
Man, what time is it? Don't they have to like
They have to
shut
stop
up after
at
a
10,
while?
I heard.
It's almost 10.
Good, because then all we hear is cars. Yeah, it's, oh gosh, it's 47. I'm 47.
So I'm going to begin the recording. What is that? So that device up here, that's just so you know, when you hear that clicking, that's called a tri-field meter. What I like about the tri-fields is that it's essentially immune to man-made devices because it only picks up on direct currents as opposed to alternating currents. So in theory, you won't get the false positives that you do with the other devices. Is anybody on the run from the police?
Golly.
It's like New York. That happened last time we were here. Do you remember that cop running down that guy?
We used to,
Yeah.
for like 15 minutes.
Okay. So everybody get your shuffles and out now. Try not to whisper while we're recording. Okay. Begin of audio session. This is the balcony. It's a voice downstairs. My name is Connor. As we understand, there is a spirit back here who is female. We ask that you please not be shy. Can you introduce yourself and tell us your name? You're going to have to be very close to the recorder for us to hear you, but I think you can do it. What's your favorite kind of Halloween candy? Let's get a couple questions from you guys and then we'll answer or listen back.
If you're not the female spirit, then are you the usher that shows people to their seats? If so, where do you want us to sit?
There's a man in the group here and he's wearing a hat. Could you tell me what color that hat is? Okay. Thank you. End of recording. Alright, let's listen back.
Beginning of audio session. This is the balcony. It's voice downstairs. My name is Connor.
As we understand, there's a spirit back here who is female. We ask that you please not be shy. Can you introduce yourself and tell us your name? You're going to have to be very close to the recorder for us to hear you, but I think you can do it.
Did you move something over there?
Something
Oh,
fell
okay.
right here.
What's your favorite kind of Halloween candy? Let's get a couple questions from you guys and then we'll answer, or listen back.
If you're not the female spirit, then are you the usher that shows people to their seats? If so, where do you want us to sit?
There's a man in the group here and he's wearing a hat. There's a man in the group here.
Right before I start talking, there's like a breath that sounds kind of close, but it's a tough call.
There's a man in the group here and he's wearing a hat. Could you tell me what color that hat is? Okay. Thank you. Recording.
Nothing too impressive there.
The vibration thing you're spot.
Did it really?
The blue one.
Yeah, I saw a blue flash. Could you step on the ground again? Make that sensor go off?
Is that you moving?
I don't think I moved it enough. Even if I wanted to. That's cool.
The blue one's not going off.
Yeah, no, the blue one's like more difficult to set off.
It went off 2 flashes. I was watching it.
If you hit it really hard over here, it goes off, but wasn't moving.
Was it the red one or the blue one?
It was the blue
The
one.
blue one. See, if I hit really hard, it'll go off, but nobody was moving.
Yeah, not that distinctly.
It wasn't like strong, it was faint. Like it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It didn't light up too much.
I have to hit it pretty hard to make it go off.
So that means it was either a big stomp from around the corner or close enough to it. You can walk towards us. No need to be shy.
And there's no rustling when that happened.
Ghost dog.
Is there people on the balcony?
I don't think so. Alright, well, if you don't want to set off that meter again, that's alright. Sit here for another couple minutes, then we're gonna go sit out on the balcony.
There's nobody over there.
Who is?
There's nobody.
Hey, you.
Sorry about that. I stepped outside and some folks said they'd be right back. So I was gonna open the gate for them.
Come right back.
And then they didn't come right back. I don't know how long I'm gonna stand out here. Anything?
You know, we did a burst session of recording, and we actually got some good, fairly quality audio compared to the contamination that was around, but nothing really came across. Oh, just went off again.
It just went off again, yep.
That's the second time it's gone off. That's the tough vibration sensor, too.
There's people over here. There's 2 people, but there's nobody on
No, they're not going to sit, because that's sitting on the ground that we're sitting on right now.
Like I can punch the ground and only the red one goes off.
That's us.
Sorry.
You can step closer. You don't have to be shy. It's only when we're not talking
Paying
about it.
attention.
We're paying attention.
We don't mean to seem strange if we're all sitting here in the dark right now, but we're under the impression that it's easier for you to come around when it's all dark like this. So you're welcome to come and join us. We don't want to be strange or spooky for you. For the record, there are no napkins, so I'm going to keep being sniffly.
I'm actually fairly impressed that that's going off, because it takes quite a bit to set that thing.
I was punching the ground. I was only setting off the red one.
While you guys were talking, I thought I heard a creak, but I'm not sure if it was the track field or not. Oh my god, ghosts. Should be up here.
Yeah. It'd be tough to measure what a cold spot is, because it's cold everywhere.
Did you see that Chris thermal camera?
Yeah, he's got a flare.
That was awesome.
Do you hear those footsteps?
No, I don't know.
I'm gonna start approaching it just to see how much it takes to set fire.
Oh my god, the doors are That's close.
Walk on the other side
Yeah,
by
how
the.
far on the other side?
Yeah. Like on the up the stairs right there, because there's been people walking around up there. No, even when you're stomping, it's just red.
Knock on... Make me knock on the wall?
Wow.
I mean, this thing takes
a lot. It's weird that we don't hear it.
Tri-field. Flashlight. Oh, that was sick!
Nice.
Tri-field went off right before the flashlight turned on.
Uh-huh.
Has it turned on yet?
No.
No.
Dude, that was sick.
Did I get in your space and now you're closer over here?
I'm getting a ton of interference on my digital recorder. I'm listening to it live, have it go, and it start getting really bad.
That's you on the flashlight right there. That's a fantastic job.
Yeah, the tri-field just
just went on and it went off.
It's going again. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
That's good confirmation for us. Can you light up another flashlight that's up there as well? There's 3 of them.
Yeah, who is stomping?
Whispering.
We're a nice group.
Those flashlights, the thing you just lit up, that's a very good way to communicate back and forth with us if you can get pretty good at it. So keep playing around there. Try to get another one to light up. Or light up the one that you just did. We're here to talk with you. If you're a performer and you want to perform for us for a little bit by moving a flashlight or lighting more of them up, you're welcome. If you're not a performer and you just want to speak with us, you're welcome to do that as well. That could be the only time it goes off. I'm gonna be thrilled. Like, that was so weird to try to kill bumped right before the flashlight.
Yeah. Thing is
Oh, what's going on? I don't know that thing's got a range, but I don't think anyone on the other side of this booth here should be setting it off.
It's got a pretty wide range.
Yeah, somebody likes those stairs.
Ooh, flashlight.
Same one?
Tough.
Yeah. It wasn't quite as back to back, but I mean, tri-field went and the flashlight came in. Thank you. Starting to figure it out now. Got it to light up twice. That's excellent. There you go. You're becoming a pro at this. There's 2 beside that. I think a red one and a black one. Can you move a little bit further down and try one of those? They should all be set up very similarly. Oop, tri-field's going again. Thank you for joining us. We can try to speak with you through this one flashlight, but it's easier for us to know for sure if you can get at least a second one to light up too. That tri-field is creaking too the whole time.
Impressive correlation.
Yep.
It's creaking again.
Alright, great job on that one. Do you think maybe you're good enough that if I count to 5, you can light up the flashlight on the count of 5? Let's give that a shot. Alright, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you light up that flashlight? That's alright. Maybe you're just still figuring it out. That's okay. Maybe if that was a little too tricky, could you make it kind of blink twice? Flash it once and then flash it a second time? I know that could be tricky too. Just do your best. Play with it. See what you can do. We'll give you time to work on that. And like I said, if you can get either of the other 2 to go on as well, it means a lot for us. I don't know how difficult it is to try to figure out your own proximity to those. That makes a difference. If it's hard to light up the others without lighting that one up. But take your time, keep working on it. We'll try not to pressure you. But if you can get at least 2 to light up, we can start asking you to get those specifically, and if you can, we can start having a conversation, start getting to know you. Where's the other geophone, the red one?
It's right to my right on my feet. So you can see that one goes off.
I think the tri-field creaked again before that.
It did.
Which way do you have this camera pointing?
It's not on.
Okay.
He's recording though right here.
Cool.
Now we want you to keep doing that for us. However, maybe an easy way for us to know if it's you is to not, it's creaking, is to not turn it on for just a little while until I next ask you to. I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to think that I'm not interested in this interaction. But if you can keep it off for just a little while, and then light it up when I next ask you to, that could be compelling and possibly something that's easier for you to do. So just keep it dark here for just a little bit. And then next time I ask, then light it up. But right now, just kind of keep it up. While it's off, if you could maybe knock on the wall or something like that, that would be great. That'd be clear for us.
Remember, you don't necessarily have to turn the flashlight on right now. When you do, if you could approach that tri-field device that you also set off earlier.
The tri-field is that box next to the flashlight.
Makes the ticking noise. It's a horn for audio.
Alright, you've done great. Thank you for keeping that off for us. That means a lot. Done an excellent job. Can you light it up again for us now? Can you return to the flashlight and light it up?
We're asking you to turn it on again. Don't mean to be too demanding.
Yep, sorry we're making you jump through hoops, but over here it's kind of difficult for us to know necessarily what might be you and what might be a flaw in the flashlight. You were doing great turning it on. You've done a great job now keeping it off. That goes a very long way for us. So now if you could just move back to it and light it up, that for me would be excellent indication. So just move back to that light and light it up. If you wanted to knock, that's kind of tricky now. We've got some music playing, so it might be hard to hear that. So I don't mean to make you do one thing, make you do another, and go back. But that flashlight now is very important. I don't know if I scared it off, but
Somebody say like somebody can go home.
what?
Did you like clear your throat or something?
I didn't.
It might have been contamination because I'm standing next to a crack in the door, but I heard a growl, like a male, strange little bird.
That was me.
I'm kind of like okay with it if the spirit doesn't come back and light up the flashlight.
See, not only
Just
was-
given the timing that when I asked for the spirit to stop, it stopped completely. I'd love if that spirit could turn it on at least once more for us. but like even as it stands, I find that really compelling.
If you think about it, the devices, if you're looking for that triple thing, you got the right here vibration sensor going off a couple of times, but after a second time it goes off, about what 20 seconds later the tri-field starts going off. So there's a succession right there of movement, followed by the flashlight.
Yeah, and with you moving over there, if you did kind of hurt a spirit over here.
Right.
If you're annoyed with us, I apologize. If you're moving on somewhere else, I understand, that's okay. But perhaps, if that is the case, before you go, can you just turn on the light once more? Again, by my asking you to stop turning it off, that wasn't a way to try to drive you away. That wasn't because I wasn't happy with what you were doing. It was just to show me that the flashlight wasn't doing that all on a random sequence. So now that you've done this delay, if you can light it up once more for us, that indicates very clearly to us all that there is an intelligence, that you are behind that flashlight getting it to turn on, and that's simply what we're trying to validate here. Down to the bottom of my tea here, hitting the honey.
Yeah, it has something to do with the music.
It's true, it could be a music thing. Glad at least in that case that it stopped when I asked it to before the music started again. Shoot, I don't know how it works. Maybe the spirit can't hear us anymore. And it's harder to hear now that Connor's back there. I don't hear the tri-field meter. So I don't think anyone on the other side of the booth is setting that up. Is this anybody's first time ghost hunting up here?
Yes.
I didn't hear it, but it's so hard. You guys will find there once in a while are crazy nights like the TV shows, but a lot of times it's very much more subtle than that. And so it's little experiences like this that myself, as a really critical investigator, like even something as simple as this, where it's just one flashlight and a couple of tri-field blips, that's a lot more compelling than sometimes some of the other things that we get. That we just never get that kind of extra confirmation. You know, you might hear a weird sound, ask for it twice, you get it twice, and you're like, I'm not sure, maybe do it a third time, but you never get that third time, and then you're just always wondering, was that a spirit or was that random? This, like, I don't know. Again, I'm still kind of bummed that the spirit hasn't come back to turn it on, but if the flashlight's just heating up and cooling down, like, what an odd coincidence that it would stop doing that right when I asked it to. So it's simple. When you get to the point of communication, but that interaction right there, I find really cool. Got a nibble on the line. Maybe it was like intermission. The spirit came back here to talk to us when the music started. Went back to us.
We've only got a couple more minutes till switch time, so if you guys want to wander around anywhere else, feel free. I'm not sure where your next location is. Do you know that?
I think theirs is upper
Dressing room.
Because we got like 5 locations. So I think upper and then lower. legit. That was cool. Yeah. And especially, you hear those flashlights up there for 40 minutes not doing anything.
Yeah.
Tri-field hits. I'm like, oh, tri-field.
Yeah.
Flashlight. Flashlight's kind of random for a while. With the tri-field still though. And then when I ask it to turn off and not turn on for a little while. And the geophone. I think that's all. It's simple. It's not going to make a commercial break, but that shows intelligence to me.